Hey, welcome everybody on the Bound Iowa social media channels and anywhere you may be watching this. Blake Walker and I are excited to do something a little different, Blake. We would love to do lots of interviews with telling stories about the kids in the state of Iowa, great stories from big programs, little programs, all over the state. There's just really good stories, and they don't get heard enough, do they? Or are you happy, Blake, with all the stories that are out there? Do we need more?
It's 99 counties, a lot of high schools. It's hard to tell every story, but it's good to get the good ones in when you can.
Absolutely. And so, again, because we can't choose all of them and we don't have time to do them all, we're experimenting a little tonight, and we'd like to do more of these in the fall of 23-24, that next school year. So we're continuing to evolve and provide more content based on what people are wanting. But tonight, this is a story that's just got to be told. We've got Chase Henderson and Elijah Voss, two seniors at Hoover High School that have played a few games with each other over the last 4 years, and we want to ask them some questions because there's a big game coming up here on Tuesday night at Wells Fargo with Hoover making it to state last week. Blake, you want to give a little background on these guys? You know, a little bit. I can jump in here too, but I mean, it's not every day where you have two kids that have played freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, especially in high level or 4A, 3A basketball.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, background, both you guys from Des Moines Hoover, obviously, 15-9 record this year, going to be a 7th seed in the Class 3A state tournament. Hoover has won championships in the past, aka they've won one. 2006, they won the state championship. This is their 13th appearance to the state tournament. They beat Grinnell and then beat ranked Williamsburg and ranked Waverly Shell Rock to get here. Chase, right below me, at least on the camera, senior, 21 points per contest. He's committed to play at Montana for basketball in college. And then Elijah, 13.5 points per contest, 8 rebounds per game. He's committed to Mid-American Nazarene University to play college basketball. I guess I'll start with you, Chase. So last year was a busy year. You burst your appendix. You had to get your appendix removed last year. You missed a couple games. You did come back and play through it. What's that been like? Have you had any issues ever since, or how you doing?
No, my stomach's all good after that. But yeah, that was rough. I had to miss 6 games. You know, it was tough. But I feel like it helped my team in the long run, and we made a good run last year, but we fell into Ames, who was a really good team, and they won it last year. So, I mean, if you want to go out, you want to go out to the state champ. So, I feel like we didn't leave on a good note, but I mean, had to be fine with that.
So, Elijah, when Chase was gone, you know, I guess speak on him. How much did that mean? I mean, you guys, I think you lost the first 3 when he was gone. You know, what does he mean to the team?
Yeah, I mean, I think I want to say we dropped our first 3. We missed a lot of scoring and ball hand. I mean, we lacked a lot of ball handling. I mean, we really did. I mean, we lost a lot. Obviously, we had to have some guys step up because our best player was out. But I do think what Chase said, that it was better for our team in the long run. I think we really started to guard more as a unit. But and that really set us up going into the sub-state play. But no, definitely it hurt having Chase out. I mean, he was our leading scorer, leads us in assists, and has the ball in his hands most of the time. So it changed things up quite a bit.
When did you guys meet each other? Did you guys meet each other in elementary school or whatnot, or kind of talk about that?
Probably elementary school, late elementary school, because, you know, Kingdom, Attack, play each other a lot. So I think I've known of Elijah since like anywhere from 3rd to 5th grade.
Yeah, I would agree.
Anywhere from there.
Yeah. So
here.
Yeah, I guess.
Do you guys remember this photo here?
Yeah,
I do remember that day.
So this is what freshmen look like, apparently, right here. This is what freshmen look like. They're yeah, look, geez, clean cut. Look at that. And
Not
so this would have
photo.
been yeah. Now we're gonna move on here. So this is a different look here. You got Elijah, man, you got a little longer hair. You're a man now in this picture. Both you guys are men here in this picture.
Yeah.
Talk to me, and Blake, that was a great segue. Talk to me on when you see these two photos, you see this, and you see this, what comes to your guys' mind?
A lot of memories and growth, man. I mean, we've grown a lot. We've been through a lot together, man. So much that a lot of people don't know about. So just to see those 2 photos and see how far we've came, and to see, and it's pretty sad that it's coming to an end, but I'm happy that we have a chance to go win this thing together and end our careers out together at the state tournament.
Absolutely. Elijah, come on, you have to clean this up here. These, you might have been a size whatever shoe then as you are now, man.
That's crazy. I don't even know where you got that picture from, but that's. I remember that game. That was after we got knocked out first round freshman year, and we went to go watch some other teams play because it's crazy, man. That's crazy how long ago that was.
So you guys, there's so many Des Moines public schools. You got Hoover, you got Roosevelt, you got East. Why Hoover? Was it where you guys lived? Was it just, what came down to going to Des Moines Hoover?
Well, for me, it's the obvious. I want to have a chance to play for my dad. So that was really the main reason I went to the Hoover.
What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm homeschooled, so I don't actually go to DMPS or attend any of the public schools. So the move was more for basketball, and then we met with Courtney, his dad, and we just thought it was the right fit, and I felt like I was really going to be coached up hard and coached up the right way if I went there. And obviously, I'm glad we made that decision. But yeah, that's what Courtney and Chase were really the reasons why I went to Hoover.
Yeah. So talking about on the basketball side, you guys play 4A teams all season long. Like, it's rare that you guys meet the teams that you met in the postseason. Talk about that. Like, I mean, I wouldn't say you guys breezed through the postseason, but it definitely was you've played such high level talent all year long, Ankeny, Urbandale, what have you. And that's where your losses have come from. Talk about what it's like then when you get in the playoffs, now you're playing teams that are lower than
you.
Like, did you even know where Williamsburg was?
I didn't know who they. I'm not gonna say I didn't know who they were, but like, I didn't know where Williamsburg was. I'll say.
It's definitely different, especially with us being four. It's with us being 4A since my freshman year, and then our freshman year, and then we dropped this last year. It's definitely different playing the 3A teams that we played in the tournament or the sub-states. I mean, it's both levels are good basketball, but there are some advantages 4A has. I think they have some. It's a little more physical sometimes, and they have some. I don't know, but I guess if that helps answer your question.
And I watched all those games, and it seemed like every team. I watched a lot of your guys' games, whether there was a D1 basketball player or a higher level, or a D1 football player someone's guarding out there, like a kid from Waverly Shell Rock going to Kansas State. I know the kid from Blake. You probably know this better than I do. There's a kid on Williamsburg.
Williamsburg's got wide receivers that are going to Iowa.
Yeah, so obviously great athletes top to bottom, and just not seeing them. I mean, I was always kind of wondering. I'd watched a lot of you guys play through the last 4 years, and whether it's Lincoln or Roosevelt or North or East or whoever it is, you guys have played together 4 years. It's not like a rocket science, right? To create a scouting report, they've seen you guys play, and so how was it playing some fresh teams? I guess you guys have been battling for years in the Metro too, and it's good basketball.
It was very nice. I mean, you've been playing against these guys in the Metro for 3 and 4 years, and these coaches in the Metro, they know you so well. Yeah. So I mean, scouting reports, like, they know a lot of your tendencies and all that. So
scouting reports through the roof.
Yeah, they call out what you're trying to do and all that. So that was a lot different too, playing against some of these other teams.
So So playing for Hoover, obviously, from outsiders' perspective, when they think of Des Moines schools, they think of Waukee, they think of Northwest, Southeast Bowl. Is it easy, or what is it like to be the underdog? Because you just don't. The Des Moines public schools don't win a lot of championships. It's just not. It's not. Doesn't usually happen. So when you go into this state tournament here this week, everybody's like, "Oh, Hoover's here," but the Des Moines Public Schools usually don't make it. What is that mindset like when you guys go into these things and they're like, "Oh, they're just a public school from Des Moines. It's not like they can be that bad."
To be honest, I feel like as a team, we don't really look at it like that because we know our skill level and we know the other team's skill level, and we know we can compete with anybody in the state at our best. So we know our seed, and we don't really look at it as we're the underdog. So I feel like we think we can compete and beat anybody that is in the state. So that's just our team's mindset.
And
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so you guys got Xavier on Tuesday night. Obviously, big team out east. What has that been like? Again, you don't play a lot of teams like out that area. What's it been like prepping for that? Ever since you guys won last week against Waverly Shell Rock, again, another team you never see. What's prep look like for you guys?
Lots of film. Lots of film. Especially like for some of these teams, especially like the Metro teams, like we'll watch film, but we'll just watch film once because we really know what to expect, and we're playing these teams twice a year. We've been playing these teams for the past years, and we just know the tendencies. But no, lots of film for a school that we haven't ever played before in our whole career. Lots of film.
Yeah, as expected. You look ahead, you guys have goals, and I'm sure the state tournament was a goal this season. What's it going to take, if you guys want to win this week and you want to get to where you want to be and you want to host the trophy at the end of the league? What's it going to take from what you guys have done this season to what you have to translate to this week? Because the 3A field's very talented.
It is, yeah.
I think it is. We've been playing some really good basketball in these playoffs, so I just think we just got to build on that, I feel like defensively we've been really good this postseason. Waverly came into that game averaging like 10 threes made a game, and we gave up like 2. So, and they shot like 20% from 3. So I feel like defensively we've been really locked in this postseason, and we took on matchups, and everybody's doing their job. So I feel like we just got to keep doing that, and we'll be successful.
Yeah, it's the Hoover way. Got to guard.
Yeah.
How's the support been this year? Obviously, you were 16-9 last year, so pretty much about the same. You obviously lost to Ames, but do you expect the support to be pretty abundant when you guys play on Tuesday night? Especially, it's not that far of a drive, clearly.
Yeah, I can see that. Our school has done a lot. We had a little fundraiser that we did, so they raised like a lot of money. So I think every student in our school could go to this game if they wanted to, but obviously we're not going to get every student. So, but we're sending a lot of students. They got like 3 or 4 pet buses going to the game. So, I feel like we'll get a decent crowd at the game.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I got a couple. I want to rewind it back just for 1 second here. I know you guys both played a lot of club basketball. And right now Elijah, you're wearing your Hoover stuff there, and that's and this week your identity is in Hoover. While obviously playing club basketball has been part of this. I'm just curious from both of you individually here. Talk to us about how your club basketball experience has helped. Just how does it relate? It's a different world. I mean, you're on a team with everybody from the Metro area in Iowa. That's kind of top tier guys, and then you got to come into your Hoover team and play a different role. Just give me some comments on what it's like to transition to doing both of these and both high schools basketball and club.
I mean, for me, AAU. I mean, when I'm playing AAU, you get to see so many players. You really get to see what's out there. I think it really puts in perspective how many really good players and how many really good athletes. Like some of the guys that we see are just so athletic, and it's just that's kind of what it does for me. Not to say that Iowa's less or anything like that, but I do think that we play a different style of basketball than some of the other states, and traveling for AAU really gives me a good idea of what is really out there. Yeah, that's what it is for me.
I agree with that. It's definitely a different level of basketball on the circuit that we experienced this summer.
Because, we both I played UA Rise and he played Under Armour, but we were both traveling to the same events and similar teams. And it's it was a really good experience. But it's a different level, especially
Very good
athletically.
experience, too.
Yeah, no, and that's an interesting thing because now you come in and I'm going to play a clip here because I have watched a fair amount of AU basketball games throughout the years, and there's some excitement in them. Like there's people watching. Oftentimes it's people's parents. But I'm going to play a clip here and then ask you guys to make some comments because this was the last 30 seconds of this game here, and Chase, I don't know you real well. I do know Elijah, and he can get excited. All right. So when you guys win AAU games, do you guys jump around and hug each other and look all goofy like that and go to the crowd?
No.
Is that how?
No. Even when if we lose an AAU game, I mean, we play at 3 p.m. or we play 4 hours later. I mean, it doesn't matter.
No,
Like
it
that's
doesn't matter at all.
you play 5 games in 2 days. I mean, you lose that is one thing that's really different between high school and AAU is the losses hurt a lot more in high school, at least for me, because we watch film and we prep for a team and we lose to them. I mean, we play the next Friday. I mean, you get 2 days to really soak in that loss. AAU, I mean, you get an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and you play.
Just another game. Yeah, Chase, tell me how that. I mean, your dad's coaching you. I mean, how cool is that? What was that sub-state game after that thing was? You guys had it. What was your emotions? How'd that feel?
Probably one of my favorite games of my high school career, honestly. Just to get that banner, it was a great moment for our team, great moment for our school, great moment for Des Moines. It was a really, really happy moment for all of us.
No, I watched the Hoover. I mean, not only you guys impacting obviously the guys on the court, but all those students in the student section. I mean, they're never going to forget that either. That they were there, they got to cheer you guys on, and at Bound and what we love are those moments. The moments when you pull a community together, when you get a chance to celebrate together, when you know how much hard work it took to get there. That's how we think about high school sports. We write software and we try to help solve problems for athletic directors and coaches and state associations. But we do it because we believe in those moments and we want those to keep happening. Club basketball is great. We like club basketball too. We have tools that work with club basketball people as well. But nothing. I went to 2 sub-state games. I went to that one. I went to the Ames Lindmore game the next night. Thank goodness you guys. I live in Ames, so when you guys play Ames, that's a little conflicting for me. But we dodged that this year, which was good. But it just seeing, I mean, again, those guys getting back to state after losing 4 guys, and the emotions there too. It's hard to you can't buy that moment that you guys had there. So I was glad I was there personally to see it, but also glad that we could ask you guys some questions about it because you guys will never. You're never going to forget that one. Now you got some more games ahead of you, so it's not over, right? But to your point, Elijah, that one would have stunk to walk out of that Nevada gym on the other side of that. So,
yeah, part of sports.
Really cool to see that happen here. All right, Blake, I think you may have asked this, but tell me just a little bit. After basketball's over, what's next for you guys? I know you're pursuing some college basketball opportunities, Elijah. Where are you headed and when's that all start?
I'll start doing stuff with Mid-America this summer. I don't really know the exact. I think I'll go down in June, and then I'll be in and out of there June, July, and then I'll go to school there August. But I think after this season, I think I'm gonna start fishing every day and take a little break, and then I'm gonna go fishing every day. But then I think this summer I'll be with Mid-America and I'll be getting ready to play college ball. Something I worked for. Cool. I'm really excited.
Cool. Chase, do you ever go fishing with Elijah?
Yes, we have went fishing before. I'm a big fisherman myself. I'll probably be on that same thing that he's on.
We won a few times. Yeah, I remember. We won a few. It was good times.
Didn't catch anything though, but we went fishing.
Oh, that's great. Blake, you got any last questions for these guys, and we'll call it quits tonight.
The last thing, obviously, we're talking to you two, and you guys have been great. Just talk about the team in general. What makes you guys stand out, and what do you think separates you guys from the rest of the Class 3A field? You talked about defense, but any other players on your team that you want to shout out that have put in good work this season and make you guys stand out?
I mean,
obviously Elijah's brother Abram's been a big piece. Malachi, Johnson Bass, he has been shooting the ball amazingly.
Really
and
well.
Fonde, our big man in the middle, has really came along nicely. And then we've added a new piece this postseason, Marquise, who he's gotten us a lot of second chance points and all that. But I feel like the thing that separates us is that this season we've seen it all. We've been down, we've been up, we've been down big, we've been up big. So we've been in some tough environments. Even though the Metro, they don't put up a lot of wins outside of the Metro, but those environments are tough to go play in, because I mean, like we call it, it's their Super Bowl game. So, we play in some tough environments.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what separates us from these other teams.
No, I would agree with Chase. Every year me and Chase have been at Hoover's. We've never had a smooth, just coast sailing year where we've been a 19-2 or a 21, or we've never had a year like that. We've always had some lumps and some tough losses, and I think our guys, we've persevered through a lot. We've been really mentally tough, and I'm so proud of our guys and me and Chase. But I'm really happy for our guys. So go get the opportunity to compete this week, because I mean we've been through a lot this year. I mean, not even just me and Chase, but the whole team. So it's a long season, and yeah, I'm excited. But I think we've persevered through a lot.
Sweet.
No, what a moment it'll be, Chase, for you to be able to be out there with your dad, and obviously Elijah being out there to play with your brother. I mean, this is it. This is the last set of games here with your brother too, which is a special thing. So, like I said at the top, this is a great story. I hope after this week, when you guys hold up the trophy, and there'll be many more stories written about you guys. But great leadership out of both of you, out of Des Moines Hoover, and thanks for talking to us tonight. It's maybe been more fun for Blake and I. I don't know. We just really like what you guys have been doing, and it's fun to capture these stories. And we need, like I said, to all the people in Bound, Iowa, that Blake will say, people are going to ask us, right, Blake? They're going to say, well, why don't you tell this story?
Yeah.
Tell us about that. Tell us what other stories we should be talking about. But we wanted to do that just for the community out there to hear this one. We thought it was a pretty special one with the upcoming game coming up here at Wells Fargo at 7:00. And Blake, you going to be there for that game?
I will be there.
Yeah, I think I will be too. So we'll see what happens here on Tuesday night. All right, guys. Hey, thanks a lot, and good luck this week. Have fun.
All right. Thank you, Sam. Thanks, Blake.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you guys.